I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team, where we are watching still a few isolated showers that have developed out there, and some of those showers contain some heavy rain and thunder and lightning. Now, what I want to explain here, as you're looking at this, I know you see a lot of green showing up on the map, these light green colors. This is not actually reaching the ground. These are false echoes. I usually put it in a different mode at this time of night when I'm showing you this radar, because this is the time of the night when this usually happens here on radar with these false echoes coming through. But for now, I'm leaving it on this mode because this is actually a better mode for us to zoom into and look at these showers and storms that are out there right now. So as you see here, I'm going to put this into motion, how that was all not here. And then in the nighttime hours, we get these false echoes coming up. I'll change it to the other mode in just a moment. But while we are taking a closer look at this up in parts of Bartow County, moving into Cherokee County, and also these storms in Clark County moving over into parts of Madison and Oglethorpe counties, I'm leaving it in this mode here for a moment. So just ignore all of that light green that you just see just kind of developing there from Atlanta southward and also to the north and west. And then I'll put it on that other mode here in just a moment. But let's go ahead and zoom in here to what we're watching. Now, again, what you see the green in Atlanta, that is not rain. We are rain-free here in Atlanta. But I want to take you up here to these storms. This is real. Up in coming out of Cartersville, moving into the Canton area, and not too far off from Waleska. This is where, in fact, I'll put this into live mode here right now as well. So we can get a closer look at some of these showers that are pushing through. The main threats with this right now, we're not seeing as much thunder and lightning now. We did have a little bit of lightning with this a little while ago. The main thing is just some pockets of heavy rain. The National Weather Service issued what they call a special weather statement on this a little while ago, saying the potential for some 40-mile-an-hour winds with this. Below what we would classify as severe storms, but just some good rain coming down right now in these spots. So as you see, here's Cartersville. This already moved through the Cartersville area, and we still see a couple of lightning strikes here on the back side of this system. This is pushing over toward the east, so it's crossing over the line from Bartow County. Again, there's 75 right here. So this is now the heaviest rain is east of 75 there in Bartow County. This is the county line going into Cherokee County. So you see this part of it is moving on through. We have a couple of other areas here, like this one moving in closer to Canton and over Holly Springs. Right here along 575 is another area of really heavy rain. That is about to cross over 75 and move over a little bit closer to the Lathamtown area, pretty much going out Highway 20. Also, another heavier shower just to the west of Waleska. That's going to keep moving over toward Waleska and crossing over Highway 108 in just a little while. So that is just one of the showers that we have out there tonight that just kind of ramped up here and blew up as it was getting closer to Lake Allatoona, and it continues moving on over to the east. But you'll notice here that it was in a pretty good solid area here, and now it's breaking up just a little bit more where that heavier rain is extending out toward Canton and also into the Holly Springs area. So that's one spot that we're keeping a close eye on right now. Another one has been over into Athens, where we have seen really repeated areas of rain moving through Clark County over into Madison County and Oglethorpe County with some of that heavy rain. And we just saw this end in downtown Athens just a few moments ago. We'll zoom in a little bit tighter to this right now. Maybe still some of that rain is still over the downtown Athens area, but to the east here is where the heaviest rain is. So there's Athens here. So from Athens over toward Winterville is where we have this part of the heavy rain, and then that extends down south of Colbert into areas of Oglethorpe County there around Crawford and near Enterprise, where we have some heavy rain there from Arnoldsville over to Crawford, near Crawford Smithsonian Road, north of Hutchins here, Arnoldsville Road is getting some of that heavier rain, and that cluster right here is where we have some of that thunder and lightning. That's about to move over and cross over Lexington-Carlton Road to the east of Crawford, and then continue moving over toward Enterprise, which is just off of the screen right there. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see Enterprise right here. So this is pushing in this direction along Highway 77 there with that pocket of heavy rain. The National Weather Service also issued a special weather statement on this as it was moving through Athens, and just talking about the main threats being those pockets of heavy rain, thunder and lightning, and winds that could be around 40 miles an hour. Now remember, in order for a storm to be classified as severe, it would have to have winds of 57, 58 miles an hour or greater, or hail the size of 1 inch in diameter, but we don't have either of those with this system, and that's why it's not classified as a severe thunderstorm warning. But you can see how that rain went through Athens. We had a batch of rain that came through Athens earlier today, then we had a break, then another one rolling through again. So Athens is one of the hot spots tonight with those areas that are getting rain, and that continues pushing on off to the east. We had a couple of other ones right here in northern Greene County near Woodville, pushing over toward Crawfordville. That is falling apart, and we'll continue to see that pushing over to the east and falling apart as it moves away from our area. We have a little bit more up in North Georgia, just a few spotty showers here. This one coming out of Dawson County, moving into North Hall. This one coming out of Lumpkin County, moving into North Hall. We had some good rain in Dahlonega just a little while ago. That's all now pushing through parts of White County right here. We've got some of that heavier rain there, really between Cleveland and Helen there at Mossy Creek in White County. We'll put this into live mode here so you can see this here with that heavy rain. A couple of lightning strikes there too. And then in the northern parts of White County, we have another cluster of rain pushing through those spots there into southern parts of Union and Towns County, moving into Rabun County here from Clayton to Dillard. Heavy rain, thunder, and lightning with that. That is also moving to the east. That is going to be heading into areas of South Carolina in just a bit. Another thing that you may have noticed, if you were watching pregame on 11 Alive for Thursday night football, you saw the crawl go across the screen for Clay County, North Carolina. And that, you may be wondering, why are they running a severe weather crawl for a North Carolina? Well, that's because Clay County, this county right here, belongs to the Atlanta viewing area. So it's our responsibility to let folks know when that storm is, or when that county has any type of severe weather. They did have a severe thunderstorm warning earlier. It expired at 8:30, and now part of that system has moved on over to the east, over toward Highland and Cashiers, north of the Dillard area is where we see that, but it's no longer classified as severe. So it has been relatively active here tonight. Now again, on this mode, ignore this that you see there, but I wanted to also show you we had some showers that were coming out of Upson County and out of Lamar County. Those are moving through Monroe County and now over the Macon area there in Bibb County as well. So as we zoom out a little bit, we'll show you again all of that together here. And now I'm going back to the other mode that takes away that those false echoes. So again, you can see, and I'll zoom back in so you can kind of detect those areas who are and aren't seeing rain. But I really wanted to show you those showers on our Doppler mode so we could get a closer look at those storms as they were moving through. But you can see these up in northeast Georgia, a few more back into North Carolina. There's a severe thunderstorm warning in upstate South Carolina, into the southern parts of North Carolina. Excuse me, they're just to the east of Charlotte, where we continue to watch those storms here that are moving through, and that should weaken a little bit as it continues pushing into over to the east through that area. So now let me zoom back into North Georgia, back in our NowRad mode here. So you're not seeing those false echoes, but you can kind of detect there the differences for those areas who are seeing those showers and storms. And again, this one is showing signs of weakening coming out of Bartow into Cherokee, but still some pockets of heavy rain there with that. And this one, though, from Athens moving out of Clark County, still holding together very well into parts of Oglethorpe County as that keeps moving out. But again, not classified as severe, but just some good heavy rain in those spots, and also a little bit of thunder and lightning in association with that too. But the rest of us, relatively quiet. And tomorrow is going to be a day with mainly dry weather. There will be a 20% chance for an isolated shower to pop up. and we'll be watching those temperatures that are really going to be rising out there as well, with, again, nothing major moving into our area. Here is a look right now at what we are watching on our Athens tower cam. I'm putting this full screen so you can see it here. Now, I know it's dark outside, but you can see the raindrops on the lens and how the light, this is from downtown, looking here over North Campus, where you can see there the administration building right there next to the arch. And that is where we have looking down North Campus, the bright light that you see beyond that is Sanford Stadium here. They have the lights on. So from that light and the raindrops on the lens, you can see how the light is kind of diffused there a little bit. That just goes to show you some of that rain as it was exiting, moving away from Athens now, but still some of the raindrops on the lens with that heavier shower that came through earlier. Now, this is our tower cam in Lumpkin County in Dahlonega. It is quieter now. When I was preparing this for you, getting this camera ready to show you, that was a little bit before 9 o'clock when we had the rain that was coming through Lumpkin County there in the Dahlonega area. So the streets and sidewalks here are wet from the rain, but we're no longer seeing that rain coming down here at the University of North Georgia. And then again, this is our tower cam at Arizona Avenue over in DeKalb County, looking back toward the city of Atlanta. If you missed it, I shared on my social media a little while ago a screen grab of this camera as the sun had just gone down and there were still some clouds out there. It was an amazing color, an amazing orange color there looking toward the west. So be sure to check that out on my Facebook page, Chris Holcomb 11 Alive, of course, there on Facebook, but a beautiful picture. Also shared another rainbow picture there earlier from Houston up at North Metro Baptist Church. That was a rainbow right over the church and the three crosses that they have there in the front. Really, really cool picture there as well. But quiet in Atlanta. We don't have any rain coming into our area. And the next really bigger weather feature that we're watching for tomorrow is going to be the heat. Today, we got up to 89 degrees. Not 90, but almost 90. And this was the first time in a couple of weeks, more than 2 weeks, that we have seen temperatures getting above average. Our average high for this time of year is 87 degrees. Today was 89. So we were above average, and it's not going to stop there. We're going to get up into the lower 90s here for Friday and on Saturday. And if we get into those lower 90s, this is the first time since around August 21st that we have actually made it up into the 90s. So be prepared for that both on Friday and on Saturday. Both of those days we think we'll get into the lower 90s. And the time frame when that is most likely to happen would be between 3 in the afternoon and 6 o'clock in the evening. That's when we are going to be bumping up into those lower 90s here as those temperatures will be heating up and rising. So what do you need to do? Do what you can to stay cool. All right. Now, I know that temperatures in the lower 90s, that's not rare for us. We have that a lot during the summer, but it has been a little bit more than 2 weeks since we've had temperatures in the 90s. So it's going to be feeling extra hot to you, and your body's not quite used to it. So just make sure you can find a fan, air conditioner, drink extra fluids tomorrow. You might be sweating just a little bit more out there as those temperatures heat up. Take a look at the almanac for today. We did hit 89. That was the high for this time of year. Our low this morning was 68. So the morning low, 1 degree below the average. But then look at this high, 2 degrees above the average. That should be 87 for this time of year. No rain officially at Hartsfield-Jackson, so that rainfall deficit continues to climb. We're now more than an inch below where we should be in rainfall for the year. And the sun went down tonight at 7:59, so no more of those 8 o'clock or after 8 o'clock sunsets going on. Here's a look at how those temperatures that I just showed you, that high and the low, how they timed out for today. Starting off there at 68 degrees early this morning. Then getting up to 89. Now I know it's not showing here, but this is the hourly where we were up to 88. We actually hit that 89 degree temperature here between 4 and 5 o'clock this afternoon. And then during the evening hours, these temperatures have been coming down. We're still in the lower 80s here right now. A lot of times at this night, over the past few nights, we've already been well into the 70s. For those of you, do y'all mind if I keep going past 9:15? I'm going to keep going a little bit longer if y'all are okay. The producers who are just talking there in my ear, if I'm okay to go past 9:15. Is that good? Yeah, okay, I'll keep going past 9:15. Got so much to talk about here tonight. I know I spent a lot of time on radar tracking those showers. So we're going to keep going a little bit past 9:15, and I hope you guys don't mind too, sticking with us for this extended weather update. Now, temperatures at this hour, as I mentioned, we're still at 81 in Atlanta. Atlanta is an urban heat island that often holds on to the heat a little bit longer before it radiates out into the air there, replaced by cooler air. So we're holding on to that a little bit longer. We also have lower 80s in Marietta and in Canton and in Rome. Outside the city, though, it is cooling a little bit faster. We do have a wide range of temperatures. We're 71 right now in Carrollton, 73 in Peachtree City. Look at Lawrenceville at 73, and then 68 in Athens. Why is it cooler in Athens? They've been having rain-cooled air coming through there, and that has cooled them off a good bit there too. So tomorrow, we're going to see temperatures around 69 degrees here early tomorrow morning to start the day, with maybe just a few of those morning clouds around. Mostly sunny early on, turning partly cloudy in the afternoon. We do warm up to 92 tomorrow. So this is what we've been telling you all week, with these hot temperatures coming back and the 90s coming back. Tomorrow is the day, getting up into those lower 90s. And with that heat and enough humidity here, we're going to go with just a 20% chance for an isolated shower that could develop here, mainly in those afternoon hours. We don't think it's going to be anything widespread at all, just a few of those isolated showers that could be popping up here and there. In fact, you'll see what I'm talking about here on the forecast track. Here we are tonight watching those last bits of rain move away. And then tomorrow morning, starting off pretty nice there. Again, temperatures in the upper 60s, maybe a little muggier than it has been, as we're seeing the humidity levels coming up a little bit more. Not, a specific cool, crisp morning like we had when we got down into the lower 60s there last week with that dry air around. We've got some humidity around with upper 60s. And then tomorrow morning, maybe a shower or two in northwest Georgia. That'll die out around lunchtime. We're dry here at lunchtime. Southwesterly flow, reinforcing the warm air in our area and some of that humidity too. And then in the afternoon, again, I'm going with only a 20% chance for an isolated shower. This model depicting on where some of those potential showers could be into those afternoon hours. But again, it's just heat and humidity kind of building up some of those tomorrow, not like a front coming through or a squall line or anything like that. And then that dies out during the evening. Then on Saturday, another dry start to the day. Now, what we're going to watch on Saturday will be ahead of another front that's coming in. We have the potential for a few isolated showers to develop. At lunchtime, we are going to see some clouds around. There you see in northwest Georgia, a few showers possible at lunchtime. And then in the afternoon, nothing widespread again, just about a 30% chance for an isolated shower to pop up here on Saturday. A lot of that pushing down into the south here by 4:30 in the afternoon. Now, Athens is on Saturday, where Georgia's playing Austin Peay. It's a 3:30 game. There may be just an isolated shower during tailgate time. But I'm thinking by game time and after, any rain chances will be moving away here. And then during the evening hours, things look good. And then going into Sunday, that's when things are going to be feeling better and looking better too. We'll see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies here on Sunday. We're not really worried about any rain chances, but notice the shift in these arrows here. Instead of coming out of the southwest that I pointed out a moment ago, indicating reinforcing the warmer air and the humidity, well, we're now going to have some cooler air coming our way and drier air that'll move in. Sunday's highs will be around 85. So instead of 92 on Friday, 91 on Saturday. Sunday will be in the mid-80s. And then going into Tuesday and Wednesday, and for the rest of next week, we're talking about lower 80s with mainly dry air around in our area. So Sunday is actually looking like, excuse me, a pretty nice day. Rain chances 20% Friday, 30% on Saturday, and then dry for Sunday, Monday, and also on Tuesday. Here's a look at the rain comparison. And as we showed, I don't even think I showed you this a couple of days ago, because again, they were really spread apart and not in agreement. Now, the models are in closer agreement here with not seeing much rain at all over the next couple of days, even though we have rain chances. They're on the low end. So maybe a 1/10 of an inch here in Atlanta, according to the American model. The European model saying maybe 2/10 of an inch. There might be some individual spots on the north side that can pick up a little bit more than that, but it all depends on just where those pop-up showers decide to develop. Now, let's talk about these temperatures, because we've got this front coming in on Sunday that's going to dry us out a little bit. It's going to cool us off too, and you'll notice that in the mornings. Now, I mentioned temperatures back up to the upper 60s and lower 70s, feeling a little more muggy and not as crisp and cool in those mornings over the next couple of days. And then by Monday and Tuesday, though, those mornings come back down to 62 to start the day here on Tuesday. Compare that to the afternoon temperatures. And as we've been focusing on these red bars going up this week, going from those temperatures in the 80s to the 90s. Now we're focusing on these bars going down, going from the 90s back down into the 80s. We're talking 85 on Sunday, 82 Monday, and 82 on your Tuesday. So that's going to be looking pretty nice out there. Let's do an update right now on the tropics. We could have a tropical depression out in the Atlantic very soon. Take a look at the Gulf. Not much going on here. We don't see any real tropical development there anytime soon. There is a little convection here in South Florida. We were watching some convection there in the Atlantic, but nothing really major going on there close to the coast. But this is the system that we're watching. And we've been watching this even before it developed as a tropical wave, still into Africa. Now it's rolled off the coast of Africa. It is in the Atlantic, it's traveling through the eastern Atlantic right now. Hurricane Center giving this a 60% chance of developing over the next 2 days, a 90% chance of developing over the next 7 days. Now, if you've been watching us the past few nights, we have been talking about how this is the red blob where we think that environment is conducive for additional tropical development nearing the Leeward Islands here. Yesterday, this blob was already starting to kind of go northward a little bit, and we were talking about it could skirt close to the northern Leeward Islands. Now, that area of development shows it potentially getting there closer to the islands. But that would still be about a week away before that happened. And a lot of our computer models now, as we were telling you that the extended models were showing this most likely curving away from the United States, now a lot of our computer models, as this is developing, is giving it more of a westward track and not as sharp of a curve away. So, as I've been telling you all along, every day we get new model data in, and until this develops and until we can get a good track on it and show how it's developing, that will help us to kind of narrow down the trajectory a little bit more of where it could potentially go. So just because, you know, a few days ago we were saying the models were showing it curving away, now it's taking more of a westward track and it may not curve away as sharply as that we're thinking. Everything could change again tomorrow and the next day as we get more data coming into it. And then we'll get some reconnaissance flights going into it too. That'll help us to refine it. So this is just a system that we're watching and that we're monitoring. And then we'll be each and every day narrowing down a little bit more about which way we think it's going to go. So the islands should be watching this. Puerto Rico, Haiti, Dominican Republic should be watching this. The Bahamas should be watching this. South Florida. Really everybody should be keeping an eye on this as we wait and see where it's going to go. Here's a look at the spaghetti models. They have termed this an invest now. So now we're beginning some model data on it. And you can see how the models pretty much show it. This is, again, over the next 7 days, moving pretty much westward, closer to the islands, maybe taking a nudge northward as it goes over to the west as well. So again, we'll get more data in as more models start compiling information on that too. So here's a look at the European model showing on Friday, low rain chance. Saturday, a few of those isolated showers out there on Saturday. Then that drier air starts coming in and it shifts all that rain down toward the south. So we're dry Sunday, we're dry Monday, Tuesday, and we are enjoying that cooler air that is going to be pushing into our area for next week with those high temperatures back into the lower 80s and the morning lows also back in the low and to the mid 60s. So here's the 7-day forecast with that high tomorrow. Woo, the 90s are back, 92 degrees, 20% chance for an isolated shower. Then on Saturday, a 30% chance for a few of those isolated showers with highs near 91 degrees. We will see on Sunday partly cloudy skies, a little cooler at 85, lower 80s Monday and Tuesday. Those morning lows feeling comfortable too in the low to mid 60s. Then back to 85 degrees here going into your Thursday afternoon. So we just get through these rain chances Friday and Saturday in that hot air. Then we get the payoff here for the second half of the weekend with cooler air. And then next week looks mainly dry and below average here once again too. Thanks for watching us here on this extended weather update on 11 Alive Plus and Weather Impact 24/7. We'll leave you with some radar maps. You can get a look at what's going on still out there with some of that rain that's pushing through our area. We'll have another update for you coming up tonight. Now we've got the football game on NBC tonight. We'll have our newscast on 11 Alive Plus, 11 Alive coming up after that football game. So stay tuned for that, as well as more updates throughout the day here tomorrow. We hope you have a great night.